Praise the Emperor, though. Space Marine 2 hits very positive on Steam day before its general release. And I love to see it, man. I just love when a game that's doing something a little bit because like one thing I always say when it comes to new games and stuff like that is your game doesn't have to be fucking revolutionary. Your game doesn't have to be something that is the most original idea ever, because some of the most original ideas in terms of games I've seen fucking suck. So it's okay to borrow elements from something else. It's okay to take inspiration from something else. But what are you doing that's mixing up the formula? What are you doing that's making me somebody who may or may not play the other game, but is just in the games, want to play your game, your shit over their shit? What is that one thing that takes me from on the fence to buying, or from on the opposite side of the fence to maybe I'll give it a try for an hour and a half. And if I don't like it, I'll return it on Steam. Return it using Steam, EGS, or whatever return policy. What the fuck is keeping me from doing that? That's what I ask from new games. Space Marines, they answered that question by saying, look, we're not nothing crazy new. We're not nothing crazy unique. But the thing we have is a cool aesthetic. The horde mode, which I heard isn't coming out on launch day, which thug tier. But the thing that it does different is it has a different aesthetic and a different speed from a lot of these FPS games, and it makes sense. That's what I personally like. It gives me a Gears of War style third-person shooter, but with a lot of melee combat integrated and interwoven into the fabric of the game itself. Not like a Halo integrated melee combat where Halo's melee combat was added in there and it feels like a second thought. I'm talking about from the start of the idea, the melee combat was integrated in there, and it was thought of and designed to be fairly able to fight against the ranged weapons. That's what, to me, Warhammer does that's a little bit different. Because if you look at the gameplay in terms of like originality it's nothing special. I go quite as far to say originality wise, the fucking gameplay is terrible. It's ass. But fun wise, it looks very fucking fun. Anyway, at this one, I more so like wanted to bring up the headline and say why I think it's having success. And we're going to look at a little bit of Warhammer news. Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 players having awkward pre-mission standoffs because two of the same class can't play together. I just wanted to read through this article and see if there was anything interesting in it, because I did hear about the role lock, but I heard it wasn't that strict in story mode that two people can pick the same class, but not three, even though like it's parties of four, but whatever. Warhammer 40k is out. Wait a minute. Nah, I don't want to use Grok. Space Marines 2 includes 3-player co-op missions as part of Operations mode. These co-op missions are set during the game's campaign with different characters that are all doing other missions that tie into the events that follow Titus and Co. These missions are referenced in the campaign, but Operations mode lets you actually play them. Okay, multiplayer mode screenshots. Yeah, these look fire. Look at this. Oh my god. And when this game's graphics look out of date, the art direction will still be fucking phenomenal. That would be fine if it weren't for the fact that Space Marines 2 will actively matchmake you into a group with a player who is the same class as the one you picked to play as. Ooh, so that means their matchmaking system is a little bit messed up. There's an area of battle barge where players must assemble before operation mode kicks off. The countdown only begins when all three players have selected a different class. Oh, so only each player can select one class. So why would you roll queue me into people who already have the same class as me picked? It's kind of a funky system. This means that you can end up in awkward standoffs where two players want to be the same class, each waiting for the other to blink first and switch. I have first-hand experience with this of this myself. I'm currently leveling my blue at and so only want to play as this really fun tank class. But I'm often matched with players who clearly had the same thought. So we just stand in a symbol area staring at each other. After a while, I usually get kicked from the group by the group leader and I have to go through the match. Yeah, it's not a good thing, man. I really hope, because they promised a lot of updates and patches and fixes. So I really hope. Excuse me. I'm tired as fuck from today. I really hope that by the time the game comes out, they deal with this and they fix it, because it would be really unfun to, like he said, try to level up one class and every match you go into, everybody picking the same fucking character as you. This, I saw it. Wait, let me drink some water real quick. Let me hydrate my organs. If you're watching this video and you're thirsty, your organs not lubricated, your insides all types of dry, your blood made out of powder, pause this video and go drink some water. Or even if you want to, take the video with you while you go get the cup of water. I don't really give a fuck what you do. Go get yourself a cup of water. I know your bitch ass been drinking sodas all week. Sugar levels all types of fucked up. Your face looking like a damn minefield. Looking like I could kick you in the face and a bunch of pus will end up all over the floor because you got a whole bunch of goddamn pimples from drinking all that sugary bullshit soda and juice all damn day and all damn week. Eating all that damn candy for no reason. Go drink your ass some water, nigga. As a Warhammer, actually, nah. This one, I really don't give a fuck. Where's Grook? Yep, y'all know what I'm about to ask. Please, SUMAR. Let's see if it still knows what I'm talking about, even though I spelled please wrong. CICLE. I'm slow. Oh wait, NA 5 or less, because I'm not trying to be here all day. 5 or less bullet points. Phone, plug in. Phone. Oh shit. My dumbass. Hanging with bad kids, doing bad shit. Alright. Here's somebody article and bullet points. And let's see if it did 5 or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright. Gameplay focus. Is described as having a gameplay focus reminiscent of the Xbox 360 era, emphasizing straightforward action over complex mechanics. That's interesting. So they're saying the gameplay has a low skill floor, is what I think they're saying. This approach is seen as a return to the roots of what made shooters from that era enjoyable, focusing on the core experience of combat without unnecessary bloat. I like that. That not a bunch of padding that fucks with the pacing for no real reason other than we want this game to be longer so we can sit here and shout, this game has a bunch of content, look at how many hours it got. Like, just because your game got 6 billion trillion million quintillion hours worth of content, that don't mean all that fucking content is good. The example that I will always bring up, and I don't give a fuck what y'all say, is Ghost of Tsushima. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Most of my gameplay of that game was me walking back and forth on the back of a fucking horse, trying to figure out where the fuck to go, following some dumbass wind signals. Put a regular ass waypoint in your game, goddammit. But that's my number one reason, at least like recently and lately, for not liking open world style or open world type of games. You do a lot of fucking walking and that's it. You're just walking. It's like, I get it. Excuse me. It's like, I get it, game developers. You and your team worked very hard on making this beautiful game with the most amazing graphics, but making me walk around it and do a whole bunch of boring ass nothing or boring ass fetch quests is not gonna make me appreciate the art in your world at all. It's gonna make me hate the art in your world, actually. Because if you weren't so focused on designing a beautiful map, maybe you could have spent more time designing missions that I give a fuck about. Anyway, visual and thematic homage. The game pays homage to the visual style of Warhammer 40k artwork, particularly catching the epic grimdark atmosphere. What the hell does that mean? Grimdark atmosphere of the franchise. Grimdark atmosphere. F should pop up. A genre of fiction, especially fantasy fiction, characterized by disturbing, violent, or bleak subject matter in a dystopian setting. Yeah, the art style of Warhammer definitely matches that. I do agree. That is a Reddit definition, but it seems very well put together, so take that with a grain of salt. But going by that definition, yes, this really does beautifully. I think it has a nice balance. Because before I say this, because I'm assuming Grimdark is more like Elden Ring-ish. Okay, like, this isn't Elden Ring-ish per se, but in terms of that idea of like not being afraid to show hellish depictions of things, body horror and body distortion type art style, yeah, this looks pretty cool. I like the art style of Warhammer. And like I've noticed recently this year, like art styles and games are really prevailing with stuff such as, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, that game did have good designs in my opinion. Concord, Pal World, The Finals. What's another game I could think of just off the top of my head? Oh wait, no, DNF Duel wasn't this year. I think this came out this year, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's just a few off the top of my head. The exact games, whatever, but you get my point when I say, like, even though I may not like Tekken gameplay wise, aesthetically I do like the way Tekken 8 came out. Even though that shit is fucked over my PC so many times, the game does look beautiful. Yeah, I agree. This year, in recent times, there's been a lot of like games that have put art style first, and especially with like Shadow of the Erdtree and stuff like that, a lot of games that have put like dark, what did they call it, grimdark atmosphere type of body horror type aesthetics. Like even with the anime that's coming out soon, Spiral, like the aesthetics in that show, they're not for me personally, but I understand them. Where was I? Of the franchise, it's noted for its depiction of space marines as nearly godlike warriors amidst hordes of enemies, which aligns with the Lord's aesthetic. I don't know the aesthetic of the Lord. This is my first Warhammer game, but we'll see. I'm definitely gonna be looking up some lore dives and whatnot to get a basic synopsis of this. Despite initial appearances, the game offers a variety of bolter types, each with distinct gameplay mechanics, providing depth to what might seem like repetitive weaponry. Y'all, where? Damn. Oh, here we go. I need to put on my blue light glasses because I feel my eyes getting ready to start straining themselves, and I would not have 1919 vision like a blind ass nigga. Critical reception. This article suggests that while Space Marines 2 might not be innovative in the genre, which I don't think Space Marines is innovative in that genre at all, like period, point blank, that don't mean it's a bad game. They're just not doing anything well. They didn't reinvent the wheel, they just made it look cooler. Okay, let me repeat this. They did not reinvent the wheel, they just made it look cooler. It excels delivering a satisfying Warhammer 40k experience, particularly for fans of the lore and those who appreciate its focused approach to gameplay. I can say I agree with that because like I've already seen a lot of TikToks of people talking about Warhammer lore and stuff like that and seeing how really deep it is, and even knowing, like, even before I ever played a Warhammer game like the RTS and the board games, I've heard about it, and I've heard the lore on those games are freaking crazy. Like imagine as much lore as Kingdom Hearts, but it actually makes sense and it's actually explainable. That's what Warhammer lore seems like to me from the outside looking in. Let me take a sip of water before I talk about some more Warhammer news, if I can find a fucking water. Here we go. Accidentally hit my computer out this bitch. Eternal War might be an optimistic future. Oh wait. Damn, I deleted it. SUM. I'm addicted to doing this, man. Alright, cool. Bulletpon. Or actually, I'll raise it to 6 just in case. Just in case it's another topic they need to squeeze in there. Back to life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality. Can't even hear the fucking song. I bet you that's not even what's playing. Here's a summary. Okay, gameplay. The PvP mode, Eternal War, feels tacked on and doesn't capture the essence. Ooh. First non-positive thing I heard about War Marines. Well, to be fair, they did say that this is mainly like going to be a story game, and that the multiplayer was going to be extra cool little goodies. So I respect that. Operations mode. Please feel less like invincible super soldiers are not. Wait, what? Am I bugging? Did I just skip something? Power fantasy effectively. No. That's vibe. Whatever. Class and balance issues. There's criticism regarding class balance, with some classes feeling less viable. As in any competitive game, there's going to be things that are meta and viable, and there's things that are going to be I don't want to say anti-meta. There are going to always be things that are non-meta or not so much necessarily meta that are going to be, there's going to be things that are better and worse, honestly, in any game. So I don't mind that. There's criticism regarding class balance, particularly melee focused classes. That's going to be any game period, man. Why bring a gun to a knife fight? You can shoot a gun from further away than you can shoot a knife, or throw a knife, or use a knife, or whatever the fuck term. There's criticism regarding class balance, with some classes feeling less viable, particularly the ambulance depth from this imbalance, because I'm like, ambulance, what the fuck is that? This imbalance detracts from the strategic depth excited in a Warhammer 40k game. I'm not a previous Warhammer 40k fan, so I can't confirm or deny. Lack of depth. It lacks depth and uniqueness that can make it a standout multiplayer mode. I haven't played it, so I can't comment on customization. The mode doesn't offer much in terms of customization, because they make their money off of microtransactions. Okay. Communities flaccid Communities flaccid reception. Despite its flaws, some players found the PvP mode indicating that it will not meet high expectations set by 40k here. Lore or the game's single player experience disguises moments of enjoyment. I'm not gonna call this a bad take. I would call this a hard agree to disagree type scenario. Agree to disagree. Also, another thing I heard was that there's some low health enemies, or some enemies in the game that feel low health. Especially in 2 competitive PvP. I just had a flashback to a funny ass thought. But damn, I forgot what I was in the middle of saying. Fuck it. Warhammer supremacy. I'm enlisted to be a space marine. That's all that matters. One thing with this, I wanted to try kind of bring up. Let me see if there's a quote in here. Creative direct. So basically, if you aren't aware, Star Wars Outlaws is a partially like a hybrid stealth game. There's some sections in the game where if you don't approach the scenario stealthily, the game will straight up just give you a game over screen and say, nah, go back to the start and do that all over again, and make sure that when you do it all over again, you do it stealthily. It seems like this is another case of developers not standing on business. So the creative director Julian, I don't know how to pronounce that, Holy G, admitted to Games Radar the missions were incredibly punishing. I would have to play it to be able to speak on it properly. Were incredibly punishing, so would be fixed soon. For me, this is a mistake, and this is something that we're going to work on improving. I don't think it means removing the fail state completely, but I do think there are millions of low-hanging fruits where we can make it so much more enjoyable and understandable. Continued, I think it feels unfair, and believe it or not, this wasn't our intention. This is more something that crept up in the last week or so, because a lot of people in this era and this generation aren't patient, so playing a game that prioritizes patience is fucking nuts to them. Yeah, everybody's used to playing Call of Duty where you get the 360 no scope everybody every fucking second of the game, or 2K where it's just niggas who don't play video games and are just basketball fans playing 2K calling themselves gamers when they want to transition over a little bit more and play some other things. And that we're correcting already for a patch that's coming out in maybe 10 days. I haven't played it enough to speak on it, but I really don't like when developers don't stand on business. I prefer when, and this is why you need to read the fucking article, because this headline made it sound like the developer said, if you fuck up on stealth, just crash out and shoot everything up. What he was basically saying is, damn, our game was a little bit harsh. It was giving people fail states a little bit too easily. Let's clean that. Let's go back in the code and clean that up real quick. Excuse me. And if this is truly, what that's the case of, then I commend Lil Bro. But if this is not a case of what this is, hey yo, you not gonna boo? You're not. All right. It's fucked up the moment for everybody. I already went over that. Got to exit that out actually. Just a quick notification. For those of y'all watching live, it'll be tomorrow, but for those of y'all watching this on the day it's released, probably not. But tomorrow, Sony is doing a 9-minute tech showcase for what sounds like, nobody's confirmed it, but it sounds like is going to be a PS5 Pro update. Up. Is it update at the bottom or the top? Well, it's a presentation about the PS5 Pro. Sure, some of y'all want that. Some of y'all want that. I, on the other hand, don't. I'm gonna just wait for the video to drop, and I'm gonna just fast forward through it. And if it's anything interesting, I'll talk about it. One thing I wanted to bring up, just so y'all know, consumer protection. I'm informing y'all. 4 years in, Sony's making PS5 controls more expensive. Now, the reason why I don't like this is because there's been a lot of reported issues with PS5 controllers, and then you turn around and you up the fucking price of a controller that's having a lot of issues. This is like if Nintendo said, fuck it, we're now charging $80 for Joy-Cons. Like, nigga, you think Joy-Cons are worth more than a game when they stick drift up all the damn time? Like, nah, bro. Nah. We're not gonna let that fly. Did I not press X? Am I bugging? I guess I was bugging. Oh, that is my last article.